shopping.
Fuck, I just stalled. My neighbors hate me. What's up guys, Mike is Delicious back here again for a third video now. Today we're actually gonna talk about, I think, a pretty popular topic. 5 things that I like about 11 to 14 Mustang 5.0s in general, and 5 things that I dislike about 11 to 14 Mustang 5.0s. Let's get into it. First things first, we're gonna take the car for a quick wash. Hey bro, you dropping it low? I got that bubbly. Boys, we decided to wash the car bag. The only way you wash your car is bag. You need soap. Soap. I pressure soap. Ah!
I should call her. There's drink in your hand too.
I got that bubbly. Bubbly, sponsored by Bubbly. Alright, now I can wet it.
Come on, man. You never washed the car before or what?
I never washed a 750 horsepower car by myself before. Let's get this going. Spot free, spot free. Spot free, you gotta clean her up. You can never leave it, never leave evidence. I got that bubbly. Pre-soap. All you guys say that Mike is Delicious don't wash his own car, don't do his own oil changes. You guys are captors. Straight captors. Here's the evidence in 4K. Literally. 4K.
Bring your car to the right and forward, because that one, I told you, that one is out of service.
Here you go. There you go.
Oh my god, I'm rich. You only need $2. Right here, make sure it says air. Okay?
Air. All right.
And make sure this is flipped up.
Okay.
$1 gives you 4 minutes.
That's how long I last, 4 minutes, okay?
Exactly. There's $1.
How much money you put in there?
$2. You got 8 minutes. This is hard.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Hey. Yeah. Alright, I got it. Let me take control of this. Alright guys, so the car's all washed. Car's looking pretty good right now. Something light. You know, for 2014, it still holds up pretty good. Car's all washed. We're gonna take it back on the road and we're gonna continue the video just talking about the car. Alright guys, what's up? Now the number one absolute thing that I love about S197 Mustangs, including 3 valves, but 1114 in particular, is the actual body style of the car. You know, the body style of the car is very retro, very classic. It has very classic lines on the outside. It reflects a lot back to the 60s Mustangs. I want to say 65 through 69, maybe even part of the 70s. They got very long noses and very short rears. In my opinion, the S197 body style just looks very aggressive. It looks very masculine. That would be my number one thing that I like about S197 Mustangs, is mainly the body style of it. Oh my God. The exhaust on this car, in my opinion, I think Mustang Coyotes are the best sounding in regards to muscle cars in general of the year it came out. There's something about the 5.0's exhaust that's just very, very throaty. The exhaust note on these 5.0's are just beautiful. They're beautiful, 100% beautiful. We'll see if we can get a little pull in real quick before we get off the freeway. Another thing that I like, you can eat McDonald's in it. Honestly, it tastes like shit. Another thing that I really like about my personal Mustang 5.0 is the amount of power that it makes. Watch and observe. That was a third gear pull, and I'm smoking the tires. Obviously, this is recorded in Mexico. See if we can do one more real quick here. There's no traction. There's no traction. These are all third gear pulls and I have no traction. If you're thinking about getting a Coyote 5.0, no matter what it is, boosted, 110% boosted, you can't beat the amount of power that a Coyote will make with a stock block. with a stock block. Another thing that I really like about this car is actually going to be the color. The color itself is called Deep Impact Blue. The color code is going to be J4. For those of you who know, Deep Impact Blue is kind of more of a, I guess you can call it kind of more of a rare color, or very custom different color. If I didn't get this color in particular, I was probably going to want to go with an ingot, I believe you call it ingot silver. Ingot silver is a very nice color that I think looks really good on Gen 1s, Gen 2s, Gen 3s, any Mustang really made. What's your guys' favorite? I'm curious. Now, going into things that I actually do not like about the car, 11 to 14 Mustang 5.0s in particular, is the actual brakes. Your stock, you know, the brakes will probably do just fine. It has 4 pistons in the front, Brembo brakes, and it has single pistons in the rear. I can't slow down. If I decide to get on the gas and do a couple of pulls in Mexico and race a couple of people in Mexico, the car just will not slow down. I mean, if you're gonna be a stock guy, you know, maybe pushing it naturally aspirated as far as it could go, I'm sure you probably won't have a problem. But once you start going boost, it's probably beneficial to upgrade your brakes, maybe bare brakes, or you could get the S550 6 piston brakes, which I know a lot of S197 owners do who are boosted. All right, guys, we are going to go outside and we're gonna talk about the rest of the car. Well, it sure feels nicer talking about a car when it's clean. Here she is all cleaned up. Man, this color is one of my favorite colors that Ford made from the factory. But this thing's looking really nice. Okay guys, now that we're outside, let's talk about more things that I actually dislike about 11 to 14 Mustang 5.0s. Let's start with the interior. Everything is 100% probably plastic, besides some generic leather stuff that it has. You know, in my opinion, Ford probably could have done a better job at the interior instead of making everything all plastic. But again, it's a affordable American car that makes good power. Usually when you're buying a Mustang, you're not looking for much of interior upgrades, I would assume. You're looking at it for mainly for stylistic or performance. Moving on, we're going to talk about the second thing that I dislike about 11 to 14 Mustang 5.0s, and that's going to be the transmission and the clutch. So the transmission necessarily isn't a bad transmission. The only issue that I have with it is very clunky. When you're trying to shift gears, it makes a lot of noise, and the transmission sometimes locks you out. So if you're trying to do a pull, little roll race, whatever you're trying to do, if you're trying to go second or third, it'll lock you out of that gear. Third or fourth, it'll lock you out of a gear, and it can definitely be annoying. Something else that I dislike about the 11 to 14 Mustang 5.0s, they actually came with a live axle rear suspension. Now, the live axle isn't necessarily a bad thing. The only reason why I dislike it is because it's very cheap. The rear axle just has shocks, it has springs, rear control arms, a sway bar, and a panhard bar that is supporting the rear suspension of the vehicle. This is a very prehistoric setup. I wish Ford would have done probably what they did with the S550 and put an independent rear suspension. And I like how the independent rear suspensions, you can actually pull the camber out. So I could actually put the camber more towards the inward of the fender, so I could actually get a more proper fitment. Now granted, it's not the end of the world, but an independent rear suspension would have definitely been nice. Alright guys, this is going to conclude the video, and I'm pretty sure I gave you a lot more than 5 things that I like about the car, and probably a lot less than 5 things that I dislike about the car. I don't make the rules, it's just what it is. I'll catch you guys next time. I got that bub.